What's up, YouTubeites? Welcome into the CovrPrice Weekly Shakers. Sorry we're a few minutes late, some technical difficulties in the background, but we're here now, so welcome in. It's Thursday night. We're excited to go over this list. It's going to be a good one. I kind of previewed it a little bit, so good stuff. Let's do a quick round table. Gabe, how's it going?
I'm doing great, man. It's glad to see everybody showing up. Glad to be back on here. Real quick, just shout out to everybody who's been watching, all the new subscribers, because the channel did hit 6,000 subs. Just the other day or recently.
Nice.
6,
Very nice.
So,
6,000 subs.
So we're here. We're doing it. 6,000 strong. Keeping TiVo in our memories. Keeping Lords of the Long Box live. This is great. Glad to be here. And it's welcome to the Over Abyss, everybody. It's gonna be a tough list to get on the board, but we're gonna have fun. Stick around for the shakers or the what's shaking afterwards, and just have fun with us tonight, man. It's all about learning new stuff about comic books today.
Yeah, I like that. Enjoying the hobby. Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Hey, look, I got my voice back. I'm no longer sick. I'm not, coughing up the rainbow. It's just I feel so much better. No more pneumonia, and I'm excited to be here. Thank goodness. I know that last week was kind of like the kickoff for the new year, but it just seemed like the whole week just flew by, right? Yeah. It feels like I was just hanging out with you guys on the show like 2 days ago. It's crazy.
It's already the middle of January.
I know, right? And it's like middle of January. They're talking about possible like a huge amounts of snow this weekend up near me, and stuff going on all over the world. But hey, we're here. We're going to talk about comics. Gabe's right. Welcome to the Over Abyss. One of these books barely exists. Okay, it's crazy. But I'm really happy to be here.
Happy to have you, and you sound a ton better. Last but not least, Marty, how you doing?
Hey, I mean, greetings and salutations, geeks, geekettes, and YouTubeites. Welcome to another Thursday wonderful Shaker show. And these guys already said it. I mean, I ditto is the most I can say. But no, seriously, guys in the chat out there, we really appreciate your support. Please make those comments out there. Interact with the rest of the chats out there, because you guys are awesome. You guys keep us legit. You guys are here for us, and we're here for you. So we're going to make sure you guys have a good show, or as Laura always promised, or your money back. So, hey, stay tuned. Not just after the read. We have the shakers, So join us for a little bit. See what's all shaking. This is what the show is about. This is the shaker, Just like Gabe said, paying homage to Tim. Keeping his memory alive. So here we go. Laura, back to you.
All right, let's kick it off, guys. If you are just hopping in, this is the Shaker Show. So we are looking at the rarest or the most interesting sales of the week. This list is such an organic creature. It changes multiple times daily. So you got to be checking in with us at all times. All right, let's kick it off.
Hi, John.
What?
It's the wrong slide, but whatever.
Oh.
That's comics covered.
We get to see
it's
John.
good to see John and Matt on here. What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, look at their pictures. They're so cute.
Oh, look. There you go. The duo.
I love it. Marty, Shaker, what do we have for the first Shaker of the week?
Are we sure we have the right read too? Okay, yeah, just making sure. Right. All right. So somebody stop me in mid read if this happens to be the wrong read. But we're gonna go with it. Number 1 Shaker. Totally forgot. Agent 47, Birth of the Hitman, number 1. Jonathan Lau, cover D, black and white. This is the 1-in-10 ratio. Published by Dynamite 2017. Writer is Christopher Sabella. Artist is Ariel Medel. Cover artist is Jonathan Lau. The Shakers Report is no stranger to video games inspired comics going for big numbers on the aftermarket. One of the most popular game franchises in the last 25 years, the Hitman game franchise centers around trained assassins, Agent 47, and presents the player with contracts to fulfill in numerous ways. The popularity of the video game has led to numerous adaptations in alternative medias like films and comic series. This week, a gorgeous 1-in-10 variant for the comic miniseries hit a new all-time high when a raw near-mint copy sold for $238. This massive sale stands in stark contrast to the previous 3 sales of this book, as none of those sold for more than $6. Why the massive jump? It appears this variant isn't exactly readily available. Well, currently there are none available on eBay at the time of this writing, meaning that either collectors are holding on to the issues or the book just wasn't heavily ordered upon release. Regardless of the reason, this cover features beautiful work by Jonathan Lau, and while black and white sketch variants may not be everyone's cup of tea, the striking artwork of this cover cannot be ignored. This issue stands as just one more in a long list of examples that video game-based comics should always be on the radar for any collector.
All right. Yeah, we talk about this all the time. I hear Lando in my head right now. This flew under the radar, and now you finally see the market kind of correcting the fact that people missed out on this. It's pretty interesting.
In 2017, I remember when this came out, and the different variants that came out along with it too. This is an awesome book right here. And you know, I'm not typically a big fan of black and white, but I love this right here. It's so detailed. The lines are amazing. So yeah, absolutely. I can absolutely see a raw going for around that price.
Yeah, I like the black and white. Stripping the image down to just the pure composition and the mood, it kind of works. I
think what really pulls it together, in my opinion, is the red title. In contrast, I think it does a lot of work there. You know, Dynamite 2017. You had to order store set order 10 in order to get one of these, right? Yeah. So I can't imagine many of these, you know, coming out. Hitman series has been around for a long time, and it's moderately popular, but it's not like it's a blockbuster franchise.
No, I agree. The orders from retailers are probably pretty modest. What do you think, Gabe?
I think shout out to another comic book with a bald character, man. I love it. It works. It's Agent 47. It's Professor X. It's Lex Luthor. So there you go. No, just like what Chris said. It's just this is another example. You're right, Marty.
Yeah, man.
You broke it.
Oh, I love it, man. I've never heard it actually put that way. So I commend you for that, man. Absolutely well said.
Hey, man, I gotta stick with my peoples, man. You know. But yeah, this is, another example of just a franchise that, you know, like Chris said, isn't the biggest franchise in the world, but it has a following. It has video games. It has a movie that when these things come out, that fan base will go to comic book stores and pick this stuff up. And if people don't order it, there's your demand. There's your drive right there. So anytime there's anything cool that you like and there's a comic book for it, you know, go for it. Or else you're not going to be able to get it later, it seems like. And we'll talk about that more later in the show too. So stay tuned.
Yeah. We're just barely kicking off here, but you're right. It's a franchise extension. So if you see something, I think we talked about this last week too, with like Rick and Morty and any of the nostalgic properties, that you see those kind of just overlapping into other realms too. So yeah. Well,
I mean, I think one of the biggest examples of that was when that Fortnite game was coming out, or the Fortnite comics. All the soccer moms, yeah, with the code, all the soccer moms just came upon every comic book store and bought those copies up as quickly as they could. And there was barely any left for regular folks. And if mommy couldn't find it at the store, it was eBay heaven for everybody. So it happens all the time.
I recently sold a sealed Fortnite Batman, I think, and the buyer hit me up and said, "Hey, I tried the code and it didn't work." And I'm like, "That was like 4 years ago." Well, I'm like, whatever. I gave him his money back, and yeah.
I was like, tough shit, man. Too bad.
No, man, I take.
You weren't selling the code; you were selling the book.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like my dollar cost average, right? I think I paid like 38 cents when you really factored it in. So it wasn't that big of a deal.
All right. Well, shaker number 1 to kick off this week, we have Agent 47, Birth of the Hitman number 1, the Jonathan Lau black and white cover D, 1 in 10 from Dynamite back in 2017. A raw near mint coming out at an impressive $238. All right.
Say that again?
What? What?
Impressive.
It's impressive. I mean, it went from $6 to $238. That's a massive jump. I don't know.
Got a high pitch on that one.
I did. Sorry. I'll lower it down.
We need a sound effect for that.
Oh, no.
I have a voice in there now.
All right.
Chris, yeah.
Shaker number 2. Let's get this train back on the rails. We got Big Trouble in Little China, number 25. This is the retailer incentive cover by Boom Comics, by Boom Studios Comics in 2016. The writer for this was Fred Van Lente. The artist is, well, it says Victor Santos and David McCade and a whole bunch of other names, but I mean, that's Kurt Russell. Come on. And Jillian Crabb is the cover, is who the cover is attributed to. Big Trouble in Little China, incredible movie, 80s classic if you've never seen it. It was released in 1986, and while not an immediate success at the box office, it has gone on to be one of the more beloved cult classics from the 80s. The film has reached cult-like status and has seen an emergence in recent years as newer generations have discovered this 80s gem. We covered another book in this series in 2024 when a graded 9.9 CGC 9.9 of the Mondo variant sold for $425. This week, the focus on the retailer variant for the final issue of the series, issue number 25. This is featuring the photo cover homage of Jack Burton, aka Kurt Russell, set an all-time high with a near mint raw copy selling for $125.
This is so cool. This is
So for
cool.
tonight's award, Marvel No Prize Award, whose favorite movie was this? Used to talk about this movie all the time. Marvel No Prize.
It wasn't a big like box office juggernaut, but this movie is endlessly requoted. It's endlessly rewatched, and Kim Cattrall, gorgeous in this movie.
Oh, she was. And back in the 80s, you know, the Kurt Russell, Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, those big movie stars back then made this pop culture, originated the genesis of this pop culture that we inherited today. I mean, this is, and I'm very proud, not to, you know, give away my age, but, you know, to have been witness to that growing up. You know, and being a child and growing up and watching all these wonderful movies and inspirations, Star Wars, Back to the Future, Raiders of the Lost Ark. I mean, Big Trouble in Little China, Escape from New York, another movie.
Overboard.
Yeah. Overboard.
Overboard.
Yeah, that one with Goldie Hawn in it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that little kid. Is that little kid that only talked like Pee Wee Herman through the whole movie?
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, I don't know. The CGI in this makes me just smile. Anthony actually made me watch this a while back because I hadn't seen it yet, and I just got hooked. I thought it was one of the best films I've ever seen. It has so much, I don't know, what's the word?
Practical effects.
Yeah, but it makes you just feel like a kid again when you watch this. So you know that effect
yeah.
when you
Nostalgia.
watch something, you're like, oh, I go back to like, I don't know.
Dude,
You got
going
hit
way
with the
back.
nostalgia stick.
Do you remember Clash of the Titans, the original Clash of the Titans, when it was made in with Harryhausen? He created all like the moving puppeteers. That's their special effects then, early on special effects.
Stop motion.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Thank you. Stop motion, and it was amazing what he did with those back then.
Also, Raiden from Mortal Kombat's in this movie.
Yeah. Pretty much.
This is back in the 80s where like every cool movie you had to be a truck driver. It was this Over the Top and Sylvester Stallone. Like everybody was a truck driver like in these movies back then because that was cool.
That was the life of
Gizmo
adventure
stuff
back in the 80s. You know, you if you want to define life of adventure back in the 80s, you were either Indiana Jones or a truck driver.
Yeah.
Do you remember Tango and Cash? I mean, you know, obviously That was hilarious too. That was another Kurt Russell and Sylvester Stallone film, I think.
Yeah. So I think we all agree this is awesome. I've never seen it. I didn't know it existed, so this is really cool to see it hit the list.
One little note. I have a number of Big Trouble in Little China variant covers. They all sell very well for good amounts of money. Usually raw in the $15 to $30 range. So if you're ever digging through long boxes and you see Big Trouble in Little China, any cover, grab it because it's a good flip.
Well said. Amen. All right. Shaker number 2, Big Trouble in Little China number 25. Retailer incentive from Boom Studios in 2016. A raw near mint coming in at an impressive 125. What do we have for shaker number 3, Gabe?
Shaker number 3. I'm glad I got this one. Number 3 this week, everybody, is G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero number 217. The Robert Atkins Heroes Haven action figure cover from IDW 2015, written by the legendary, the one and only Larry Hama, interior art by Paolo Villanella, and cover art by Robert Atkins. So Storm Shadow is arguably the most complex and endearing character in the G.I. Joe universe, second only to Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes was introduced in 1982. That was G.I. Joe number 1. While Storm Shadow was introduced in 1984. That was G.I. Joe 21, the silent issue. Either way, as an assassin for Cobra Commander, the character was then quickly established as the sworn enemy of Snake Eyes. Storm Shadow always appears in a white outfit, standing against the typical imagery tropes of villains wearing dark colors. In fact, he retained the same outfit for about a decade before he was redesigned for a new toy line. This cover here by Robert Atkins is an homage to the first toy released for Storm Shadow. You can still tell, by the way, Storm Shadow's weapons are in a separate container above his head. Future toy models had the weapons individually placed in the packaging. There are currently 54 graded copies of this cover, 27 graded at a 9.8 according to CGC Census. A CGC 9.6 copy sold in 2022 for $120. Well, last week's sale was for a raw near mint copy that sold for $125. Now that the raw copy has closed the gap on the graded copy, it might be time to see a value bump on this cover. This might be a perfect time to see those increases with the Energon universe moving forward with the animated series.
Okay. All right. Hold on one second. Oop. There we go.
Oh.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about this cover is the with swivel arm battle grip in the left-hand corner, because the first line of GI Joes that came out, the arms couldn't swivel. They could not swivel like this. They could only bend up and down like that. And because there was no swivel arm, it was very limited in what you can do. About halfway through the line of the very first generation release, they added that swivel arm. So the first, 6 to 8 characters that came out, including Snake Eyes, there are 2 versions of the first release. One has a swivel arm and one does not. And the one that doesn't have a swivel arm is incredibly hard to find and worth quite a bunch of bucks. So honestly, any of the first line that had the non-swivel arms are very hard to find. But that's my favorite thing about this cover because I really like the old classic toys, and this is a great reference.
Yeah, no, that's an interesting point. I think you're right in the sense that the toy connection here is critical, because G.I. Joe is one of those few properties where the line between comics and animation and the action figures, it gets pretty blurry. I like with Star Wars, actually.
Yeah, very true.
Very much.
Anything to add, Marty?
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, this is a cool cover. I mean, there's a big hit for GI Joe. There's always been, there'll always be. So seeing something like this for what it is, and I think there was a comment in the chat. Someone actually has this, and so
Yeah,
congratulations. You know,
there you
it's
go.
like the, yeah, awesome. Congrats on that. But yeah, cool cover.
Dude, I hope he gets it graded because at 9.6, I mean, like I said, it should be a bump. If the raw is going for the current value of a 9.6, the 9.6 should. I don't know. There's no real like correct equation for this kind of stuff. You know, people pay for what they want with how much they want to pay for. But again, this is another IDW property of a franchise comic book that's a hidden variant or or like a retailer incentive that just keeps continuing to go up in value. These things, you find them in a back issue box somewhere, digging at a con or digging in a flea market or whatever. Grab GI Joe variants, grab IDW variants. You know, they're just cool to have, especially if you can find them for cheap. Like these things are always. I've said it before and I'll say it every time. I'm beating a dead horse and I'm a broken record. The fans of these franchises will pay top dollar to get this stuff in their collection.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
they don't, if it's in their collection, they don't let it go. Like they don't let, once it's in there, it might as well just disappear off the earth in that black hole of a long box that they have.
Yeah, you're right. There's a trend here, guys. We repeat it every week, it seems like. So read the tea leaves. Shaker number 3, G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, number 217, Robert Atkins action figure variant, Heroes Haven exclusive from IDW back in 2015. A top sale for a raw coming in at $125. All right, Marty, what do we have for Shaker number 4?
Number 4 brings you Heavy Metal Magazine number 1, Greg Hildenbrandt, 2025 Kickstarter, black and white metal, limited to 25. Now, this is published by Heavy Metal Magazine in 2025, last year. So, writer is, well, there's multiple. Interior art, multiple. And cover art is Greg Hildebrandt. Last year, Heavy Metal Magazine returned under new ownership and launched a Kickstarter that ended up being one of the site's most successful. They came back in a big way with some killer variants to choose from those who supported the project. One very limited variant was this book, a black and white metal version of Cover A, limited to 25 copies. The original Virgin metal variant was available for $100 and limited to numbers of copies ordered, but this black and white version is even more limited. 20 copies were randomly inserted into any tier that people contributed to. That's a heck of a giveaway. Now, one of those copies have hit the aftermarket, fetching an incredible $1,181. It's the highest aftermarket value of any variant by far, and with the next closest being the Merch Girl variant with a fair market value of around $180. Also exclusive to Kickstarter, Heavy Metal had a huge impact on the culture throughout the years, and they're back and bolder than ever. Something that fans are willing to open their wallets for.
All right, I don't love quoting Brooklyn, but I'm gonna do it. Nobody has this damn book. The distribution method here is insane. Like this is crazy.
Yeah. I Heavy Metal. It's I grew up reading heavy metal. I actually got a small collection of early heavy metal magazines, and big fan of the movie back in the day too. You know, it's just fun. But just like you were saying, probably no one has this. You know,
25 people have it. That's about it.
25 or maybe less than that if someone has 2 copies or 3 copies of this, right? But yeah, this is cool though.
I'm looking at the campaign now, and there's some cool covers that came with this thing. I wish I already knew about this. I don't know if I would have contributed to it because Heavy Metal, it's, you know, what kind of articles are in it and what kind of stories are in it. You know, it's a very, you know, your mileage might vary on it, but there's some neat covers on this thing.
There are the Merch Girl run, just like the Rita. That's a beautiful cover.
Yeah, that one's pretty rad too.
That's really good. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, Magnus, that's a terrible story. I'm so sorry to hear that.
That is sad because didn't Peach Momoko have her first work done in a heavy metal? Pretty sure she did.
Really?
No.
I have no idea.
I'm very rarely wrong unless it's about negative space, Marty. I'm pretty sure I'm right on this.
We
won't go there.
Awesome art. Great little collaboration of some iconic heavy metal covers that have happened over the decades. It's a metal of heavy metal. I mean,
boom! I told you guys. Hold on. Oh, wrong button. Hold on.
That was appropriate. Good job.
Right.
This is right. The first Peach Momoko was a heavy metal. I knew it. Thank you.
Nobody said otherwise, Laura.
No, she's being so defensive, Chris. It's like no one disagreed with her.
You asked the question. I said, I don't know.
No,
she came out half cocked.
I felt it. I felt it in my bones. You're all like, I don't know if that's right, Laura.
You felt as
Are you kidding me? I don't doubt you anymore. You know what E3 is.
Yes, I know what E3 is.
She felt it, guys. She felt it. That's a very wise answer.
I felt it.
Way to program me in a box. Okay, but I mean, it's a metal cover. There's only 25 of them. This is very cool. I could see this going for lots of money. And you know, metal covers, it'd probably get a pretty high graded, you know, if it's in a slab, probably get a pretty high grade, right?
Also, as somebody said in the chat, rest in peace to Greg Hildebrandt. Him and his brother Tim, they did fantastic fantasy art, fantastic sci-fi art, like for Star Wars, Lord of the Rings. They did a bitchin' Marvel Universe. No, it was a Fleer Ultra Marvel card set where they did all the paintings for it, and they were incredible. He passed away right around this time too, I think. So this is probably some of his last work he put out.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
If it is too, then and you're definitely a follower of him. I'd snatch this bad boy. Well, probably not this one, but the original cover is just as beautiful. The color one, I'm sorry, the original cover, that's still beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to actually snag me one of the copies of that merch one, man. That's freaking nice.
Yeah. All right. Okay, well, very good.
They're saying it's not the first
108.
one, Laura. You better argue with the chat. They're saying that's not it.
Wait, what are they saying? Hold on. What are they saying?
MJJ. Oh, I can actually pull it up. I have access.
Yeah,
Girls and Corpses magazine sounds pretty hot. Heavy metals issues are very early though.
I feel like it was her first because the girls and I covered her on our show once, and she was in the chat because she's kind of shy.
Now you talking about the new heavy metal magazine or the older one?
No, the current.
Well, what do you mean? Like this was like 10 years ago?
Heavy Metal 288. Well, heavy metal went off.
Heavy metal has been around since the early 80s.
70s. Yeah. 70s.
Yeah,
70s,
Kevin Eastman owned it for a while.
Yeah.
We should just Google
I'm going to look it up.
Grant Morrison was the editor in chief.
We have enough comic knowledge here that we don't need Google.
Yes, I do.
Somebody use Grok or something.
All right, hold on. We're just going to pause the whole show for a second to see if I'm right. If I'm not, this is going to be really embarrassing.
Yeah.
CovrPrice is putting this up.
CovrPrice is weighing in.
Girls and Corpse.
Damn it.
Girls and Corpse. 2014.
I don't feel like CovrPrice is like a reputable source, though. They're probably.
Did she just boot herself out?
That was weird.
I feel like CovrPrice knows, you know.
Oh my goodness. Too
Those
funny.
CovrPrice guys.
Kidding. All
He
right,
says that and she disappears and only 3 Rheads are there.
He took me off. He must have admin access now. He took me off, so let's keep going. We're getting super sidetracked.
All right. She has uncredited illustrations published in the horoscope section of the 2008 issue Sniper Eve. It's a pornographic Japanese magazine.
Hell yeah.
That is her first actual work. However, she considers her first published work to be the winter 2013, spring 2014 issue of Girls and Corpses magazine.
Interesting.
Interesting.
There we go. That's kind of like the kind of reminds me of the whole negative space conversation we had.
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going. So I'm going to argue you guys later. I'm not going to do it now.
Somebody keep track of how many times Laura is wrong.
HILDEBRANDT black and white metal variant 2025, limited to 25. A raw near mint, $1,181, which seems actually kind of low given that it's 25. All right, what do we have for shaker number 5, Chris?
Shaker number 5. So the last shaker, there were only 25 made. This one is the one I was talking about. It just barely exists, and we don't know how many there are exactly. Mortal Kombat Onslaught number 1 by DC in 2023. Writer Tim Seeley and Dominic Ciancillo. Artist Dexter Soy, Popman Fika Osai, and Leonard Rodriguez. Cover artist Dexter Soy and Veronica Gandini. If you recall, we talked about this book back in June when the first sale appeared on the aftermarket. Since then, 2 additional sales have appeared. $400 shortly after we covered this book, and this week, a massive jump for $1,000 for a near mint raw copy. As a recap, Mortal Kombat Onslaught number 1 began as a digital-only comic released to DC Universe Infinite subscribers as a prequel to NetherRealm's mobile RPG, Mortal Kombat Onslaught. Ahead of the game's launch in 2023, October, WB Games quietly mailed a limited number of physical copies to select streamers and content creators who attended a private preview call. Each comic was accompanied by a Raiden-themed thank you card. This print edition was never sold publicly and never announced, leaving it largely unknown to die-hard Mortal Kombat comic collectors. Although the game was removed from the app stores in July 2025 and shut down its servers in October, the comic endures as a rare and now very expensive artifact of a failed game. Alex, I am not a monkey you can throw a quarter at to do tricks, but $10 is $10. So I got your.
I know, right? Hold on. I have a thing for this. Where is he? Alex.
Get the music.
All right, hold on.
I like it. I like it.
Come on.
Oh, am I supposed to do it now? Okay.
Yeah, do it now.
All right.
I got music going.
Do it now, yo monkey boy.
It's so bad.
You gotta
hurry, it's halfway done. Go.
Oh, you know what? All right.
Dude, that Andre the Giant shirt is so creepy. I love it.
Yes, there we go.
Jesus, look at that. Holy
Oh.
wow.
My music ended. I'll start again. That's insane, Chris.
That
Well
is so
done.
cool. Wow.
Tell the $10 well spent, I think.
Look at that.
This is how we get to 6,000 subscribers.
Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. Go, Chris. Go, Chris. Go, Chris.
Yeah, I like
It's your
it.
birthday. Happy birthday. Go, Chris. Nice. Nice.
He's still going. He's still
Handbrake it.
going.
And walk the dog. And walk the dog. And rock the baby. And rock.
All right, I'm all tangled up, so that's gotta be it.
Well done, Chris.
Good job, man. Well
This
done.
is very nerdy. Is this a nerd thing? It's definitely.
Wait, wrong.
Oh, do me, Yo-Yo Master. I want you to do me, because you're the yo-yo guy.
You gotta love it.
It is him.
Hey, that video's there for a reason. And
Yes.
it's there for a reason.
Okay, before we talk about
Oh, hold on. There's a comment, Lords of Brooklyn. Did I tell you guys about Letterman? Have I told that story yet?
no.
Okay, so one of the things that I did when I was big in the yo-yo industry, I used to run a website called Yo-Yo Skills. You may have seen the sign up on the wall, but I hold the world record for largest handheld yo-yo. I'm in the book, okay? And the first video of that went viral because I got picked up by Gizmodo. I had like 150,000 views in like over a weekend, and this was back in the 20 aughts, so that was like a big deal. And I was reached out by Letterman's producer. They wanted me to be on Letterman to do Stupid Human Tricks. They wanted me to do the yo-yo, the giant handheld yo-yo, which was like 4 feet in diameter. They wanted me to do that off the top of the Ed Sullivan Theater. And I said, yes, what do you need from me? And they said, well, we just need you to get it so it comes further back up the string, because the first attempt was a dramatic failure. So I reworked the engineering and I got it working where it came back up. But the damn thing was so heavy that I had to be strapped in to a fire harness, right? And literally belted to a railway so I didn't go over, because it was just too heavy, the momentum and the force and everything, right? So I reached out to the producer. I said, I got it. Here you go. And he's like, great. And we went down the road of trying to figure this out. And I said, listen, there's a safety concern. What railways are up there? Are there any rails? Is there anything that I can strap myself to? Because if I do it off the side of the building, I'm going to go over with it unless, I'm strapped down to something. And he said, let me find out. And what he found out was that because of the weight, because of the momentum, and because I would have to be strapped in, their insurance didn't want to take the risk of me doing the yo-yo off the Ed Sullivan Theater in New York during Stupid Human Tricks. So I was this close to being on Letterman.
You shouldn't have said anything. You should have just risked it.
Are you kidding me? I'd be dead. I'd be street.
Yeah.
You could have put weights in your pants or like figured it out yourself. Like,
no, Laura, I dislocated my shoulder the first time I did it because it was so heavy. All right.
Okay, we're getting totally.
That is so cool, Chris. That is awesome, man. I mean, just to have that opportunity to even test that and see if you could do it, But
I
listen to Laura. You did the right thing, man.
I hold the record for the world's largest handheld yo-yo. It is searchable on YouTube. You guys can check it out.
Yeah. You did the right thing. Don't listen to Laura. She's the one that thinks Peach Momoko did heavy metal, okay? So I think you did the right.
Okay, hold on. The first, according to a site, the first interior art by Peach Momoko
started it.
Heavy metal. So I was right, sorta. So we'll take it.
Lord of Brooklyn says Laura Eco sociopath.
I know. Brooklyn loves me deep down.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Thoughts on this book? Gabe.
Again, another example of a franchise that has very niche hardcore fan base that'll pay $1,000 for it to put it away and to never see the light of day again. So I think that's cool. And hey, if there's any comic book companies out there that want to send content creators or streamers exclusive comic books that you never are going to end up printing, let us know, because just like the Ed Sullivan Show, we do it. I don't need a harness. I don't care if I fall off the edge of a building. I'll take that.
See, Gabe's on my side.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Hey, listen, I just want one of the many talented artists who watch this show, like Matthew Waits, to do some yo-yo on the cover, okay?
I can text him. Want me to tell him to do it?
You could just do the Trickster. The Trickster always has a yo-yo gimmicks.
Well, Scotty Young did the Spider-Gwen doing the yo-yo off the top of the chimney. I have that slabbed and right in front of me on the wall. It's one of my favorite covers. So,
all right,
awesome.
We gotta keep moving. Marty,
Yes.
anything to add to this?
No, just I would have loved to see what the read is like. To be honest with you, it looks like a great cover. I'm hoping the storyline is also great on this too. But cool. Wow, $1,000.
$1,000 raw. That's impressive, right? I mean, the market's effectively declaring that this is a Mortal Kombat modern rarity. That there's the proof. So Mortal Kombat Onslaught #1 DC 2023 raw near mint coming in at $1,000. What do we have for shake number 6?
Let me bring this up again. Number 6. All right. So number 6, we have the official Marvel tryout book. Number 2 came out from Marvel 1996. Various writers and various cover artists. And the cover artists, or I'm sorry, various interior artists. Wait, this is all messed up. Excuse me. Various writers. The interior artist is Mark Bagley. The cover artist is Art T. Bear. Sweet. Designed as a contest as well as a marketing campaign for Marvel, the Marvel tryout book was created by then editor-in-chief Jim Shooter in 1983. In addition to having job descriptions of some of the jobs at Marvel, it provided empty 2-ply 11x17 art pages for hopeful artists to fill in and submit back to Marvel. More than a decade later, amid the comic slump of the 90s, Marvel revived the project again under Marvel Submissions editor John Lewanowicz. We'll go with that. This issue features an introduction by Mark Bagley, a letter by Stan Lee, and features an X-Men story drawn by Andy Kubert. Although sales records of this relic has been scarce over the last few years, a $35 copy sold in 2025, which likely set the stage for the most recent sale on January 14th that sold for $75 for a near mint raw copy.
All right.
Well, that's pretty cool. Interestingly enough, Mark Bagley got his job as a comic book artist by winning the original Marvel tryout book.
you mean this one right here?
That's the one.
Ooh.
Oh.
Is that a John Romita cover?
Isn't this
Hold
cool? Look at this.
That is nice, man.
Here's
That's
the back.
very cool.
That is cool. So yeah, if you were an aspiring artist, they send it to you with an example of the
White
script.
pages.
You do your artwork, you fill it out, you send it in, and if
So
maybe
this
if you're Mark
was-
Bagley,
this
you would
was-
win.
This was public. You could buy it at an LCS.
Mhm.
It was $13, right?
Wow.
This is really, really cool, and it's huge. It's big. It's 11x17. So I can't imagine these being slabbed, but these are really cool.
So the cover artist, what's his name for this?
Art T. Bear.
Wow, I love his art style, man. It absolutely resonates with me. I love his type of artwork. Has he done anything else?
He does a lot of stuff, dude. He's a big artist. He was an inker. I know him a lot more as an inker, but I know he's done a lot of work too as well.
Does he? I love his vision
Yeah.
of how he draws these, man.
I think Marvel is missing out. I think that they could do more of this, right? Especially in the large formats. I think that there's a market for this kind of thing.
You mean tryout books or just giant 11x17 comic books?
Well, I mean, you call it the trial book because that's the name of the series, but you just do what it is. You just release these books with the light blue graphics, storyboards, so you can learn how to write and stuff like that. I think it's really cool. I think that there would be enough demand that they could do it. And hell, even if Marvel did like an iPad app where you could do this, I think it'd be awesome. But I think printed media would be much more enjoyable. I really like this idea. I love the original one. I love the one that came out in the 90s. I wish I had that one too. But
$75
in this
shirt,
market here.
$75.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Chris. I think the larger books do have a spot in collecting. People always complain about storing them and making sure they don't get dinged and dented. But one of my favorite books that I started with was called Highest House. Have you guys ever read that? Anybody?
No.
It was made to be in a larger scale comic book. So yeah, maybe they should bring it back. All right, shaker number 6. The official Marvel tryout book number 2, Marvel 1996, raw near mint, coming in at $75. So the market seems to be acknowledging that this isn't just a curiosity from the 90s turned down. It's something else, right? Marty, what do we have for shaker number 7? Marty?
Yes. Yeah.
Marty,
7
okay.
is.
Sure.
Yep. Red Sonja number 30. This is the Alex Ross Virgin variant, Dynamite Entertainments in 2008. Writer is Ron Mars, artist Lee Moder, cover artist is Alex Ross. Now, Alex Ross is no stranger to our Shaker Report. In fact, he was featured yet again just a few weeks ago here. He has produced tons of covers that remain highly sought out by collectors. Ross produced many covers for Dynamite Publishing between 2008 and 2014. Many of these books were overlooked by most collectors for years, but it appears that harder to find covers are slowly gaining recognition. Books such as this Voltron Ratio variant, which we covered here, are becoming very difficult to find on the aftermarket. Another Ross/Dynamite book that has picked up momentum is the Ratio variant for Red Sonja number 30. This Virgin variant also has a negative variant cover, which seems impossible to find. There have been no sales of this version in nearly 8 years. It is also worth noting that there was a lava foil reprint of the Virgin variant in 2024, but collectors seem to prefer the original. Now back to the original. The 2008 variant set a new all-time high this past week with a raw near mint copy that sold for $128 on January 14th. Keep your eyes peeled for those Ross incentive covers from his Dynamite run, as many of them remain very affordable considering how rare they are. So if you are a Red Sonja collector, there are so many series to these. I don't know if they're on number 7 or number 8. I mean, and trying to collect anything Red Sonja as far as variant goes, you're going to run. Good luck. There are multiples and multiple variants of Red Sonjas, which goes along with like Vampirella as well. Oh my God. Good luck with that. I know, especially if you're a completist. These Alex Ross Virgin variant covers, I personally, not a big fan of this. I prefer the actual color version, or the either a black and white print or this, or not this, but the color version, And so, but this one, okay.
I like this. I think it's meaningful. It's showing that there's like a steady, informed demand for this book versus like just hype. And I kind of appreciate that more.
I have to disagree with that. I don't think that's what, promotes that book in that sense of the hype of it. I just think this is something else that other people
not
are
the hype, that it's not just hype. It's more that people are realizing, okay, he had this massive amount of work between 2008, 2014, and now people are going back and trying to find these books based on the rarity.
I can see that. I can see that. I definitely can. And it goes back to what I said earlier. Good luck if you're a completist, because there are just so many of just say like this cover, the original, say cover A was this, then you'll have a variant to that, and then a black and white, then a sketch version, then maybe a blue or a green version of that. I mean, so there's just so many.
Yeah, 2008. I feel like these are drying up. I think they're harder to find for the Ross variants, but I could be wrong. What do you guys think, Chris?
Well, there's that Vampirella one too. That's like this. That's like super hard to find and like super expensive too. I'm just gotta see Alex Ross getting more love. Like, I don't think he gets enough love for his work. I don't know, maybe because he's I don't know if oversaturated is the right word, especially with all like the superhero stuff that he does.
Kinda.
But man, his work is, you can't get much better than somebody like Alex Ross who does these beautiful paintings and even does like interiors. Like his Fantastic Four Full Circle comic where he does all the interiors painted is just a next level experience. So I'm just glad $128 or whatever it is that Alex Ross is getting his name more in the spotlight these days, and that's great.
All right, so a couple things on this book. First, any of the negative variants, the Alex Ross negative variants from the 2008 Dynamite era, are all very hard to find.
Yep. And
they all sell for a premium. Okay. You can find them. I was lucky enough to find quite a few of them in dollar bins. You just had to keep an eye out for them. But the Project Superpowers, all those books in the negative variants are really hard to find. So if you can find them, get them. I would have to imagine that the negative variant of this, which is currently valued at $52 on cover price, is probably worth quite a bit more because they just don't sell very often.
Yeah, they go into collections and they dry up. You don't see them again. People.
I hang on to mine. I actually have the Fabiano Neves cover of this one. So yeah, you're absolutely right, Laura. When if you're a collector of this, you kind of hang on to it. You pick it up. Alex Ross does amazing work on so many different Red Sonjas, Vampirella. You've got Perillo. You see a lot of his work on that too. So a lot of great cover artists that work on these. But
for this art in particular, and I know that I am the square of the panel, right? I have my opinions when it comes to girly books, but I will go ahead and say that this is one of the most beautiful renditions of Red Sonja I have ever seen. I think that this is jaw-droppingly beautiful, absolutely incredible, a beautiful piece of art. I'm a huge Alex Ross fan, and I love artists who do those kinds of work. I consider Mark Spears to be in that realm of work with this kind of art. I love the way that Alex Ross does his work. This cover is gorgeous. Red Sonja is gorgeous. The detail in her back, and just her hair. I love everything about this cover. It is incredible, and I wish I had this book. I don't really collect books that have a lot of skin and stuff like that, but I think I would make an exception for this. It is just from an artistic standpoint, it is absolutely classy and beautiful.
Yeah, I think I'm with you 100%. And like I was saying earlier, I think that these are the kind of books where people it's not about a hype. It's just that they know that it exists and they pick it up because they're informed on how rare this is and how hard it is to find.
And dude, it's all done in red. Like, how badass is that too, right? Like,
the hair is slightly different, and I like that. It's like just barely different, and I think that's a nice little vibe to it. Yeah. Red Sonja has one of the best origin stories too. So if you guys aren't reading these, they're actually quite good. So Shaker number 7, Red Sonja number 30, Alex Ross version variant, Dynamite Entertainment 2008, a raw near mint coming in at $128. We are almost done with the show, guys, but don't go anywhere because after we're done, Gabe's going to take over and tell us what's shaking on the aftermarket, but let's keep moving. Shaker number 8. What do
Hey,
we
Laura, before we do shaker number 8, can you bring up the cameras?
Yeah. Oop.
So first and foremost, before I get into my halfway spiel, Awesome Sauce Radio, I want you to know that I'm praying for you. Cancer sucks. Nobody should ever have to suffer from it. I hope that you are getting the medical support that you need. And if you're not, please reach out to see if there's something that we can do for you. Okay. You can hit me up on Instagram. If there's something that I can do to help promote like a GoFundMe or something, I'll do it because I care about our viewers. And nobody should have to ever deal with cancer. I've, lost a lot of family members to that, and I've had a couple scares myself. So please, please, please take care of yourself, and I hope that you have the support that you need. That said, we hit 6,000 subscribers, and that's because of the viewers like you and the sharing of our streams, the sharing of our videos, and the conversation that we have on social media. So thank you guys so much for giving us 6,000 subscribers. If you are not subscribed, you can be one of those cool kids and be a subscriber as well. All you got to do is push that button, hit that like, and leave a comment down below. So thank you guys very much.
Well said. Damn, Chris. All right. Yeah, I got nothing. What he said. Shaker number 8.
We have Tony Stark Iron Man number 3. This is the MOEBIUS variant by Marvel Comics in 2018. Writer Dan Slott. Interior art by Valerio Sheedy. Cover art by Gene Gerard, aka Mobius. This variant is a fascinating case of everything old is new again. The image on the cover is not a contemporary commission. It is actually a repurposed promotional poster Mobius painted for Marvel back in 1990. At the time, Marvel commissioned the legendary French artist to interpret their core heroes, including Spider-Man, Punisher, Wolverine, and Iron Man, for a portfolio series. These poster variants are significant because Mobius produced an incredibly small volume of work for the American superhero market. Aside from his famous Silver Surfer Parable miniseries, he drew fewer than 15 original covers for mainstream U.S. Superhero comics during his lifetime. This scarcity makes any official Marvel publication featuring his art a finite commodity. The cover captures Iron Man in a way no other artist has. Organic, emotional, and rippling with almost liquid metallic energy. For a 2018 standard issue to command this type of premium suggests the market continues targeting artist keys, especially those that bridge the gap between American comics and European fine art. How cool is that?
It's different. It's very un-Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mobius, who's a very European artist and has European sensibilities with his art. I love his work. I mean, there's nothing. He's one of my favorite contemporary artists of all time. He's did a lot of work on Aliens, Airtight Garage.
Wasn't he on Hellboy too?
Was that?
Didn't he work on Hellboy as well?
Did he work on Hellboy?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
It has that Hellboy kind of feel to that, don't it?
Derek.
Sorry, I had to put that up. It's good.
He has I love how this is a very organic looking Iron Man. It's still Iron Man, it's still metal, but it has like organic looking, like the muscle definition in the face and his arms and all that kind of stuff. It's like Laura said, it's not very Marvel-esque. Like look up his other like Spider-Man and other work that he did, and of course that Parable stuff, the Silver Surfer book, all that stuff's fantastic. So look up Mobius, Garage, all the stuff. You could go. What's the name of that company? Humanoids publish a lot of his stuff that he used to do, and it's all jaw-dropping gorgeous work like this.
Yeah.
Arzak, I could go on and on and on. I love his stuff.
So it doesn't look like he did MOEBIUS, Marty. He has done some pretty interesting things, though. JSS Brooklyn, I recommend providing a link to the League of Comics profile for MOEBIUS, because you'll be able to see a lot of very interesting covers for him there. But interesting artist, and just really cool to see this unique take on characters that we love.
Yeah, DJ Robot's got the right idea. Fifth Element was his idea. It came from his idea when he was doing the Inco. Believe it or not, for as amazing of an artist as he is, and how just like high up on the pedestal I put him, and like a lot of the art world puts him. He did a Halo comic book. Like I'm talking about cover, interior art, everything for Halo of all things.
Yeah,
written by Brian Michael Bendis, I think.
All right, his heavy metal work. Tony's saying he knows his stuff for sure. Fifth Element, I agree. One of my favorite movies.
Multipass.
All right, Shaker number 8, Tony Stark Iron Man number 3, the MOEBIUS variant from Marvel back in 2018. I think it's an interesting example of where you see the creative voice being the real first appearance. A 9.8 coming in at $249.
I love that cop piece he's got going on. Look at that, just bulging.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. Number 9, what do we have?
All right, number 9, Uncanny X-Men number 5, Greg Horn Venom variant. That was a 1 in 50 from Marvel Comics in 2012. Written by Kieran Gillen, interior art and cover art by Greg Land. So the Marvel monthly themed variants from the early 2000s have become collectible, especially the Venom variants from 2012. These variants spanning the covers of many of the top-selling Marvel books at the time, and all of them were 1 in 50 variants, making collecting all of them quite difficult. Some of them have become cult classics, such as the Mary Jane Venom from Amazing Spider-Man 678, and a lot of them have become very expensive and hard to find. This week saw Greg Horn's take on the Venom variant become the latest one to blow up, as a graded 9.8 copy sold for $600, smashing the previously all-time high sell by $200. While a graded 9.6 also sold for $268, breaking that record for the grade. There aren't many raw sales of this book, but the last collector got a steal when they bought a near mint raw copy last August for only $50.
Wow.
Even though the popularity of Venom has gone down, collectors are still willing to throw big money for his rare, sought-after variants. It's a good idea to keep your eyes peeled and grab these variants if you ever come across them in the wild.
Yeah, I think that this is a good example about the early 2010s, roughly, Marvel variants. They were overproduced in concept, but they were actually underproduced in practice. And I think that that's what we're seeing here. Oh, sorry, hold on.
Oh yeah, it's that time. It's 2012. Variants were in a thing. Mm-hmm. We're still in the middle of that kind of housing crisis kind of situation. So stores were very lean on orders. Something like this, I remember working at a store at a time, but either way, I don't think this run of X-Men was that popular. So getting a 1 in 50 orders was not going to happen for many, many stores. So this is just, again, just a victim of nobody ordered it. Nobody cared about variants at the time. Especially something like a 150 at that time had to have been expensive. Who knows if that was even one of those like nonsensical, like unlockable orders. You had to order more of a previous book kind of sales scheme they were doing at the time. But man, if you're one more thing out there to collect, guys, if you're after this stuff, good luck on these 150s from the early 2010s. Good luck.
Yeah, 2012, X-Men were certainly struggling. Comics in general were struggling because of the recession, like you mentioned, Gabe. The read mentioned the Amazing Spider-Man Mary Jane cover where she's venomized and she's in the doorway and she says, like, face it, tiger, you hit the jackpot or something like that. Oh, you lost the jackpot is what it says. That's a $2,000 book. Okay. Yeah. Raw. That's a raw $2,000 book for a Greg Horn 150. Don't sleep on these. These are, Greg Horn, he's got a following. He has a very established fan base. His work has appreciated. You should definitely keep your eye out for Greg Horn variants from this time frame, and if you can get one of the ratio variants that feature Venom from this time. This is back when, let's see, 2012. Is this when the first Venom movie was coming out? Was that around this time?
After that, but
I don't think it was that long ago.
Okay. I thought it was after two. I might be wrong. I'm not gonna say I'm right anymore tonight because I already.
The Venom movie was 2018.
Okay, so
I was right.
So was this when Marvel had an editor that was trying to de-emphasize mutants because Fox owned the license?
Oh, this is when they were was this when they were trying to make Inhumans a thing over the X-Men? Yeah. That's possible.
I think so. Because there was this whole thing about them trying to de-emphasize mutants because Fox wouldn't release the license, and they were having a hard time with establishing media outside of the comic book, and so they, the first start of it is when you saw like the Morrison run of the new X-Men and stuff like that, and it was like really weird and weird art and weird stories. I think this is like at the tail end of that. So
this is also in the middle of the Agent Venom, when Agent Venom was coming out, and that was like an all-time high for Venom at the time. Before this is before Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman, but that Agent Venom series was just a darling in the comic book industry at the time, which is probably how Venom kind of got a little bit more of a spotlight to do these extra variants and stuff too as well. And I do remember that time when they were trying to make Inhumans a thing and was really downplaying the X-Men. It wasn't the editor, it was the guy that owned it, Ron Perlman. No, not Ron Perlman. That's the guy that owned it before. Whatever name was, but it was like the big president guy at the time that was kind of pushing that agenda. That's when they took everything that Fox had, X-Men, Fantastic Four, Daredevil, all that stuff. They sidelined it all, and Marvel pulled all the licenses, so you weren't getting like Fantastic Four, like socks or toys or any of that stuff. They pulled all those licenses away because they didn't want to promote their movies with toys and stuff like that.
Yeah, so this is Disney acquired Marvel in 2009, right? So this is after that, and I think that Disney was trying to get the licenses back, like you were talking about, and the studios just weren't releasing them. They canceled Fantastic Four, the comic, during this time, and they were really, really making the X-Men just not attractive or not giving it attention. So, which is a shame because the characters really deserve better than that. But now it's all Disney. So,
Marty, what were you going to say?
No, I have nothing.
You were going to say something like 4 times.
No, those guys are right. I mean, no,
I promoter.
Those guys are right, but that's interesting as far as I think this is more for the fact that Greg Horn. There's a huge cult following for Greg Horn. I'm a huge cover collector of Greg Horn from his work in 2010 I've got tons of Greg Horn stuff.
He's a friend of mine, so if you need anything, let me know.
What? Really? And met him a few times, at conventions, and everything. Really great guy. I love his prints. I've got a whole bunch of his Star Wars rendition work of his style is very realistic, so
You
it
met
really
him?
kind of comes. Yeah, a few times. Thank you.
He's nice, huh? Okay.
Yes, Greg Horn and Emma Frost covers are amazing too.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
Laura, you're good friends with Greg Horn, huh?
Yeah. One of our first Marvel books that we ever did was with Greg, and we got to do some live streams with him. He's really big. He has this giant aquarium in the background. So I remember before we went live, we were talking about that, and he's a good guy. He's a
Very
friend.
cool. See if you'll trade me some original sketch work for yo-yos.
I'll see
There
what I
you
can
go.
do. I mean, I can't promise anything, but we'll see.
Matthew, wait, if you're watching, you too.
Shaker number 9, Uncanny X-Men number 5, Greg Horn, Venom variant 1 in 50 from Marvel in 2012. A top sale for a 9.6, coming in at $285. This is our last shaker, but don't go anywhere because Gabe's going to take the reins here in a second. So what do we have? Last but not least, shaker number 10.
Marty.
Who is it?
Me is number 10, Zap Comics number 4, Victor Moscoco, first print, 50 cent. The print mint ink 1969. Wow. Writer was various, interior arts were various, and cover art is Victor Moscoso. When Zap Comics pops up on the radar, it typically means that issue number 1 jumped up in value again. This time around, however, the less popular yet still iconic Mr. Peanut cover by Victor Moscoso. It's getting noticed for the all-time high sale of $1,600 for a CGC 9.6. Zap Comics epitomized underground counterculture during its heyday by pushing artistic satire to its limits. Created by writer and artist Robert Crumb in 1969, this rebellious narrative launched a new underground genre that had a unique place in the independent movement. As more enthusiasts hunt these down and fewer appearances of issue number 1 resurfacing, will more than likely see more spikes in these earlier issues if they continue to surface. Wow. Now, you never know what you're going to get on the Shaker Show, and here goes something that is so interesting from 1969, man. You're talking early days, so it's good to see something like this back on the list.
So I got to show you guys the back of this comic, because this is a wraparound comic. The back of it is wild. Can you see that, Laura?
All right, hold on. I was typing Gabe in the private chat, and he's not even listening to me.
Nope.
Right,
I'll check it tomorrow.
There we go.
Look
Okay.
at that. Okay.
So cool.
Tell me what that looks like.
Oh, no, I see it. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. Okay.
I
The
don't get it.
left one. Yeah.
The left one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's a good eye, Chris. Either you have a great eye or you have an imaginative mind right there,
Okay.
I don't think there's any way you can not see it.
No room for misinterpretation here. This is just
Nope. Definitely some Richard art. This is so the weird thing about Zap Comics, especially early on, right? They would release a small print, and 50 cents back in the 1960s was a lot for a comic. And they would, like, a few months later, they would release another one, right? And a few months later, they'd release another one, and they do another one. And sometimes they would increase it. Like the picture on Cover Price, the 4th print is 75 cents, right? Still released in 1969, but it went up. It would have been price. And then, for some reason, in 1982, they did like 4 more prints of this, and the cover price for that was $3 and then $4. These books, if you can find the early Zaps and you can get them in good condition, it doesn't matter which one you get. you have a gem, because these are so hard to find in good condition. If they're the first prints, get them, slab them, and enjoy the money that you get out of them, because they're so incredibly hard to find. And when you do find them, they are super beat up because they're like, head shops and stuff like that. You're not going to get these at a normal LCS.
This is crazy. I've never heard of this. I've never seen it. I would never in a million years know this is worth anything.
I'm impressed that a counterculture book from 1969 is still in a 9.6 condition after all these years.
It's impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, because these are the kind of books that like people bought and they read them and they tore them up and they sat on them and they broke up their weed on them and all that kind of stuff. These aren't things you find in high grade, so this is really impressive and cool.
Yeah, 100% agree. I will say that if you like this cover, or maybe you like the back cover, you can pick up some of the later printings for around $10 raw.
Is this the play on a Mr. Peanut?
Yes,
it is.
Yes.
Interesting.
It's kind of trippy looking too for this time, and it makes sense for the year 1969. A very psychedelic look to it, very almost. I would just
It's
psychedelic.
very 1969. It's all psychedelic and
Yeah.
avoiding the Vietnam War. Yeah.
Not a bad way to end the Shakers list, though. This is Shaker number 10, Zap Comics number 4, Victor Moscoco, first printing 50 cents, the Print Mint Ink 1969, a 9.6 coming in at $1,600. Do not go anywhere, because now Gabe is going to tell us what's shaking on the aftermarket. This is my
Shake,
favorite part.
shake, shake your body down. Shake.
Here we go. Oh, I love that you have him having the buttons is so helpful. Okay, go ahead. Really nice.
Now I got to do all the work.
I know, right? Just sit back and be like, all right, go ahead, Gabe.
Oh, there's somebody else here that can fit around my buttons. Let's go.
Laura's smart. She's very smart. Crafty.
I was like, all right, go ahead, Gabe.
She's crafty.
All right, so let's go see what's shaking everybody right here on Cover Price. Check out Cover Price if you're not subscribed to it already. But this list updates like a few times a day, at least every day. So you go here to Daily Shakers and you'll always see something new. And this is, of course, my favorite part of the show, my favorite part of the week. We get to go through and see some cool comic books, some high sales, and even, as T-Bo used to say, read the tea leaves, see what's selling, see what people are buying, and why is there any kind of like common denominators on certain things. And on this top list, this top row's already got some fantastic books on here. Oh my God. Now, just starting from left to right already. I mean, the first appearance of Dr. Doom, I've always wanted this book. It's not going to happen for me anytime soon. But
look what popped up though on the crime suspense stories.
I love this book. I love it.
That's on the first row. I mean, that's amazing. And this just popped out of nowhere.
$4,000, dude. I would 1,000% buy this if I had $4,000.
Yeah.
This, 21. I love the one 20 or 19 right before this when the guy's choking the girl out underneath the water. There's some just gnarly covers on this book, dude. And you wonder why they were worried about kids reading this kind of stuff. But even though it really wasn't kids reading it, it was mainly adults. It's just
adults were reading it. Yeah,
comic books and anything drawn, it's still like that today. If it's drawn and has color, they think it's kids.
Yeah, kids don't want anything to do with these stories. They were reading, more of the kids type of stories.
No,
they
kids would hide their
superheroes.
comic books like underneath like their couch, and they would see their dad's stash of crime suspense stories and horror books. I love this stuff, dude. I mean, of course, 22 is the most infamous one. The one that's like was mainly used during the hearings and stuff like that. But God, I say it every time. There's a book out there called Vincent Plague, all about EC Comics. Yeah, the rope. I mean, the guy's eyes rolling back. Like, this is great.
It's broke. I mean,
yeah.
Kids
I
stayed
mean-
away from these
man.
back then, man.
I mean, if you're
They
getting
don't have
hung,
nothing to do with these.
you want your
Get
neck
that man
break.
to a chiropractor. My goodness.
Yeah. If you're getting hung, that's what you
It's
want. If you want
ridiculous.
your neck to snap, you don't want to sit there and choke for 10 minutes. Like, you
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
awesome book, dude. I love all that stuff.
Okay,
Again,
so
there's a book out
what's
there.
your buy? What's your buy in this top row? Let's say you got $6,000. What are you buying?
Crime suspense stories.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. No ifs, ands, or buts. So this is all laid out. Bone is cool as a first print, but there's nothing better, more historic than these EC pre-code stuff.
I think for me, it's Star Wars #1 and 9.8.
You're wrong.
No,
Wait,
that's
why?
fine. I'm okay. I'm okay being wrong here, Gabe. But as much as I like pre-code horror, and I have Star Wars #1, mine is beat to crap, and I would love a minty 9.8 to have on my wall. That'd be awesome.
Okay, we can respect that, right?
Yeah. Well, hey, buy what you love and love what you buy.
Yeah.
More great stuff on here too. I hate seeing Invincible #1. I had so many high grade copies of that back in the day.
Because you sold yours too soon.
Yeah, because I had a 9.8 and a 9.6, right? And I
Yeah.
sold it when the show first launched. But either way.
Seller's remorse or what?
Look at that
Of course.
Contact Comics. What a beautiful cover.
that. That's gorgeous,
Love
man.
the art.
This is
there.
very Futurama looking to me.
It looks
I
like a
love it.
dream. Like you'd see it on like It's a Small World or something.
It reminds me of Popular Science Magazine.
Mm.
Or Buck
Hmm.
Rogers, just that. Oh, it's an LB Cole, of course.
Yeah.
Really,
That's
really
really
cool.
cool.
I
I
don't
would
think
never guessed that. Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen this cover before.
Mm-mm.
Very pretty.
Aviation Press, 1946. Again, these are things you're going to see very often, man. It's so cool.
I
First
think,
appearance of Green Lantern. I
yeah.
mean, he's got a TV show coming
Yeah.
out pretty soon.
So this is a tough one. Would you guys pick Giant Size X-Men or First Green Lantern? I think I'm on First Green Lantern if I had to choose between the two.
Excellent.
X-Men.
You know what? I'm gonna say X-Men, man, because as much as I'm more of a DC fan than I am a Marvel, that's an iconic book right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it stands the test of time. It's always been a Grail book in my eyes, and just to have something like that, I mean, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. And to me, also, it's a better read. I mean, it is like a 20-year difference between that and Green Lantern, but this Silver Age DC stuff, sorry to say for anybody out there, but truth be told, that Silver Age DC stuff is a slog to read. That stuff is so hard. It's so
It is.
bad to read. Oh my gosh. But yeah, just like what Marty was saying, bro, you're right. It's iconic. This is the real X-Men to me. Like, this is when it really started happening. Like, when stories started to matter, and Chris Claremont. Well, this is the Chris Claremont, but this kind of boosted the characters. And then when Chris Claremont took over in the regular X-Men series, that's it. That's what we got. That's where X-Men came from. Is this stuff right here, 100%.
So I think the only reason that I would pick the Green Lantern is I have to imagine that there are just less of those available. I think for every 3 Giant Size X-Men's #1s that I could find on the market, there'd only be 1 Green Lantern first appearance.
Maybe.
I don't
Fair
doubt
enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
it. I don't doubt it. Oh, I love this ghost, the space ghost. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the first appearance of Space Ghost?
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Dang, dude.
Ooh.
Wait. $2,100 for a quote unquote near mint plus raw.
Wow.
That stuff gives me anxiety just thinking trying to spend that kind of money on something
For
that
a
someone's
gold
claims near
key.
mint plus, for a gold key,
A gold
1967 gold key book. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. That thing is restored or trimmed or just completely made up. That's craziness.
All
There
right, so
better be
what's your-
1,001 pictures, and I've had to buy that in person. I'd be like, hey, you know what? Grade it. If it whatever it comes back, I'll pay you the graded price for it. You know, there's no way I would ever chance $2,100 on a near mint raw plus quote unquote 1967 book. That's craziness.
Yeah. So what are you guys thinking in this row? I really like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles first, number 1, but that's a second print. I think I'm on the Space Ghost first appearance.
Neil Adams, Batman 251.
Absolutely. Gabe hit the nail on the head. That one right there, that Neil Adams one.
Yeah.
I love me some Neil Adams, but that's not my favorite Neil Adams Batman cover. But I do love me some Neil Adams.
Such an another iconic cover right there. And the fact that it's being, you know, Neil Adams too. This is something I wish I had in my collection.
Yeah, this is a fantastic cover. This is a cool book altogether. It's one of the most iconic covers for Batman. You know, there's other ones more iconic. Like I know the one that Chris is talking about. That one's fantastic too. But like for this era, like this Neil Adams, Denny O'Neil probably era. Like this is the time where Batman was becoming like the Dark Knight. People like to attribute it to Frank Miller, and I'm sure he did. But really, when it got gritty and got past that 1966, you know, bang, pow, zap kind of era, was the Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams era of Batman. All right, what we got next? Oh, there's some cool stuff on here too. Mad Magazine, second appearance of Wolverine.
Second appearance.
Second appearance of the Black Suit.
First appearance.
Cryptid Terror. This is fantastic. A random
what is
G.I. Joe issue. It's one of the later issues, but that's pretty random.
What is that? Is it just because of, you know, end of series low print 9.8 from 92 kind of thing?
Which one are you looking at?
This is the G.I. Joe.
Oh, the G.I. Joe.
$1,300, Marty, for a 9.8.
Wow.
Yeah.
1992.
I have a hard time. I would not be surprised if that was like an outlier or a mistake or something weird. Like that's a lot of money for a 1992 9.8. I know it's the end of the series. There's only like a couple more issues left, but still.
That might, you know what? This is surprising enough that I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, John and Matt, if you guys are watching, this would be worth highlighting in next week's Shaker Report. I would love to know more about this sale.
It's a top sale, of course. What else is going on here?
Yeah, look at that. It's such an outlier. I got to know more. What's the okay? So Cover Price in the chat says it's real. Is this how many issues were after this?
I'm not sure.
From Marvel,
probably like 2 or 3.
Okay.
All right. Can I get to the series?
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't mean to go all the way over here.
That's okay. But that's interesting. Yeah.
Now I gotta know.
I would love to hear more about this in the Shaker Report next week, because I think that's a very cool sale.
It is interesting. Like, you know, it's not a key. I mean, I don't know. Somebody just
it's a direct edition. There's also a newsstand to this. Wow. But if you look, I mean, you can still get a raw at $9.
Oh, it's not even that far into the end of the series.
No. So it's just
who's the artist? 155.
Is it Joe Kubert?
155. I don't think it's a Joe Kubert. It's I don't know. I don't know if Joe Kubert did any G.I. Joe covers. Anyways.
Interesting.
Now we fell down that rabbit hole. Let me try and get back to where we were.
So these, I know you talked about a little bit, Gabe, but since you're pulling it back up, I'll give the spiel. Cover Price scrapes this data from eBay and other live auction platforms, even things like heritage auctions, stuff like that, to get real-time data into their database. And they update this shaker report multiple times a day. This has nothing to do with quantity of sales. This has to do with quality of sales. So the as you can see, we just refreshed already. The shaker report is updated because you can see a couple comics have moved around, but that's the kind of thing that we're talking about. These are real-time sales.
Here we go,
Real time, man.
G.I. Joe number
It's
one.
amazing.
$1,000 for a 9.8.
Cover Price does the work for you.
That's
Seriously, everything that you need to know about grails, about key issues. I mean, it's all right there. And even there's a link to where you can go to either my comic shop or eBay and look at the book yourself.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And if you don't have a subscription to Cover Price, you can do a 1 week free trial. That you just load all your comics. I have over 10,000 comics in my collection on Cover Price, and I have them separated into virtual boxes. I have a virtual box dedicated to covers that have yo-yos on them. It's just, it's everything that you need to track your collection.
All right, so we're back. Let's keep going.
I Love Lucy.
That's crazy, dude. It's a 9.6. It's a 9.6. $800 from 1959.
1959, 800.
I love Lucy. Like, I grew up watching that show. Like, we would watch it all day long.
Now the Haunt of Fear, those are the books that I inherited from my father. You know, that he had collections of growing up. Was books like this, Eerie, Creepy, Vampirella. You know, all those old scary books from back in the days.
Then you over there on the right hand side, you see one of those really rare blind bag edition sketch covers for Ultimate Endgame.
Yeah, it's a Peach Momoko.
It is a Peach Momoko. Those things are so hard to find. It's like 1 in 5,000, something like that.
What's also hard to find is a Near Mint Raw Plus copy too.
I don't know what that means. Near Mint Raw Plus. I mean, I know what Near Mint
like
means.
like a 9.6, 9.8 candidate kind of thing.
If it's raw, how can you really claim that? I mean, come on. Yeah, look at the surface and everything.
Yeah, come on, dude. Come on.
Just say, you know what? I have probably 6,000 comics listed on my eBay. Only like 10% of them I've listed as near mint. Everything else I put is very fine, because even though I think they're near mint and they're beautiful and they're perfect, sharp corners, no foxing, everything's good about it, I still put very fine, just because I don't want to take the chance. I don't want somebody to buy the book and say that, oh, the corner was mashed and something like that. I got that first Deathstroke, Teen Titans #2. I got that.
Yeah.
That's always a good book. That's always a good book to have. $600 for a 9.8.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Is
that going up or going down? That seems to be like the fairly
key
normal
book.
Part.
It's a key book that's affordable.
Yeah.
And you can see there's so many different there's spikes in this book constantly, because it's either the talk of Deathstroke, or a cameo of him in movies, what they're gonna from the past. So it's definitely if you're a collector, this is still an affordable key book to get.
He's also one of DC's like coolest villains, I think.
Isn't he? That's awesome. Yeah.
I mean, especially like modern-ish. Like most cool DC villains were well established. Like,
he's badass in my eye.
Or the 1950s, right? So
yeah,
he's this is early 80s or 1980s. So but he's always been around after that. He's always a threat.
Yeah.
He's always a cool threat.
He's kind of like a anti-villain, in my eyes, because sometimes he comes off as okay, but other times he's just stone cold.
I think it depends on the writer.
Yeah, he's a mercenary, so yeah.
Look at that Batman where he's punching the guy in the face, and while Robin is spearing him from the back. That's awesome.
He's breaking that guy's back, dude.
Oh yeah, that guy needs.
That's not even the way you do a 2-leg takedown. That's not even fair. All right, what do we
I
got?
don't
Down
think legs bend that way.
That's rough, dude. That guy's not walking again.
Look at that. That's third print for Teenage Mutant Turtles. So that's 2 versions of the number 1 have been on the Shakers.
Yeah, I mean,
Dr. Solar, Man of Adam. Oh my goodness.
that's the number 1. That's the old school original number 1.
Wow.
First original Gold Key character. I didn't know that. That's interesting.
That is cool. I had no idea that Dr. Solar was the first Gold Key character.
That's not even what Dr. Solar looks like when I think of Dr. Solar, but right on.
No.
I was thinking it kind of looks more like, Cyclops. Yeah. First Harley Quinn's always popular. That book is always going to be valuable.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Oh man, I just picked up a bunch of Invincible slabs for mostly in the later run, including the last issue.
Nice.
All 9 4s and above. I think I paid like $50 a book. Very, very excited to get those and put them on my store.
This number 11, this is the book that changed the narrative for Invincible. This is like the first big key. I mean, number 1 and stuff like that, sure. But this is the one story-wise that changed the narrative of the book. Up until this point, it was very cutesy and teenage angst. And is he going to get superpowers? Is he not going to get superpowers?
And
Or is he going to join a team? It was very teeny bopper Spider-Man-ish. And then boom, out of nowhere, his dad kills all the superheroes.
Yeah, that
That's
was
this issue.
pretty amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, death of everybody in this thing, dude. I love it.
I never expected that.
Yeah.
Not only just him killing all the superheroes, but that his intent. Well, what his intent was at the time,
Right.
being from.
At least what he told you originally, yeah.
Right, and so that you're just like, whoa, and so the show keeps you guessing a lot in so many ways. Hell, he didn't think he would be with an alien, insect-looking thing either.
Hey man,
so there's a lot.
That's what the Viltrumites do, man. They invade.
Yeah,
and
man.
Breed,
That's so crazy, man. And so you never know what they're gonna do. It's a hell of a universe, man. I can definitely see the expansion in this going so many multiple places.
Yeah, and it's not even the craziest thing that happens in the book. Like there's so much.
No, yeah.
More Invincible love on here. This is the first Ryan Otley issue. That's cool.
First Poison Ivy. I have that one.
Yeah.
What is that?
First Hobgoblin.
George Martin, the Hedge Knight. Is that what that says?
Hedge Knight. Yeah, this is another Greg Hildebrandt cover.
So I know that there are a couple new Game of Thrones spin-offs coming to air on HBO in the next year, this year. I didn't know that Hedge Knight was one of them. I wonder if that's why this thing's popping up.
Is this related to Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's part of the Game of Thrones universe.
Oh, this Mortal Kombat hologram is dope. Look at that. That's great.
Awesome.
And so is that that shock and suspense. That lady's about to get her throat split. Watch out. Or her haircut. Oh no, he's gonna give me bangs.
Is that the Superman Red Cross?
Yes, it is.
Cover? Yeah. Nice.
He's getting all his powers back from the video game.
There's
I have that one, the J. Scott Kent. Yeah, I got that one. What's that going for?
380,
380 for 9.8.
Absolute Batman. I know it's been showing up on the top 10 a lot, but man, that number 1, $400 almost for a 9.8. That's wild.
Yeah, I gotta list mine. I said last week that I would do it. I still haven't done it yet. I got like 5.
Right? Yeah. that thing spiked quickly, didn't it?
I got the full run, all the A covers.
Yeah. So do I. But
I don't know how long that's going to stay a $400 book. Like that might just drop to $100 in a year and I could just buy it over again. Kind of thing.
I just remember Ultimate Spider-Man #1. That's just what I remember, you know, because Ultimate Spider-Man #1 was really expensive until it wasn't.
Is this the comic or just the book of Seduction of the Innocent?
That's the UK edition.
UK edition. Was this the novel?
I think it's the novel.
Interesting. I didn't know Cover Price had novels on here, but they are. This is the one to have on here for sure.
They do incorporate novels and magazines, especially if the books are
comic book related and stuff.
Book.
Yeah, it makes sense. I tried finding first editions of Seduction of the Innocent. They're pricey if you want one with the dust jacket. You know, they're like $2,000.
I'm always pleasantly surprised when I have like a random thing or like a random book or an old magazine or something like that to find it on Cover Price in the catalog. Always pleasantly surprised.
Super Friends. Oh man, that's look at that Flash cover right there, man.
That's first appearance of Reverse Flash, right? Yeah, or Professor Zoom.
Professor Zoom, yeah.
I love this Superman here where Lois's cooking is so bad that it hurts his feet when it drops on him.
That's so bad, man.
The kryptonite chocolate chips.
Yeah.
Kryptonite chocolate chips.
Over there, we got stupid mariners, stupid little wing feet, and stupid little.
That's such a cool cover, dude.
I have that cover, man. I think it's I think it's a beautiful cover.
Yeah. And it's usually fairly affordable. $345 for $7.5.
Oh yeah,
it's always a fairly affordable book.
It's a key book, man. You know, I mean, if you're a collector of key issues, and have that in your collection.
I hate Namor.
I love seeing this first appearance of Harley Quinn on here.
Yeah,
the real first appearance.
It's a pretty first appearance in DC continuity.
Yeah, and you know Alex Ross, right?
Yep, Alex Ross.
It's Alex Ross. Yeah, it's a pretty good thick book too.
Yeah, it's one of those perfect bound, you know.
Yeah.
DKR style books. If we were saying earlier, here's this X-Men '94, the start of the Chris Claremont run.
There you go. Yeah,
start of the real
That's another one.
Stuff.
X-Men '94.
That's raw good. Look at that sale though.
I know, $325 for a beat up copy. What's a good, like a 5 or a 4?
Yeah.
That's
what's it going for?
$325, Marty. That's incredible.
Wow. I used to own a number 48 Fantastic Four.
I sold mine a few months ago.
Did you?
I need to get that
take it off.
I sold all my Silver Surfer stuff when the movie was coming
I
out.
love those DC and Marvel crossovers right there with the Superman and Spider-Man.
Superman. I have this. I have this Treasury edition, the 1976 one.
Wow.
I didn't pay $325 for it. I mean, it's not Near Mint Plus. It's
right.
It's really it's a beautiful copy though. But yeah, this is the first time they did a team up, man. It's great. There's a lot of stories, a lot of history behind the making of this book. You know, Ross Andrew doing the art, Neil Adams doing a lot of touch-ups on it, Carmine Infantino. Like, there's so many hands in
Oh yeah, a lot of bullpen names, man.
Yeah. The Boys #1 popping back up. I haven't seen that in a while.
I think that's because the new series, the last series, is coming up.
Oh, okay. $315 for a 9.8. Jeez.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna advise. Very unlikely to see spinoffs from the Boys, just because of the way the universe is going. The college show that spun off was pretty good, but it already wrapped up, and now it's wrapping back up to the last season of the Boys. So, if you got key issues from the Boys series and you feel like you can let them go, now's the time to do it. This last season, once the last season is done, you're going to start seeing that slow slope down as interest starts to wane.
I'm waiting for it. I got rid of all my Boys stuff a long time ago, and I always have good memories of buying this book. This is back when DC was publishing it, and then it got a little too risque for DC, and they said, nope, no thank you. Then Dynamite had to pick it up from there. But Man, Derek Robertson on here, Garth Ennis. The comic is, the show is like milquetoast compared to the book. The book is so
I mean the book's pretty
raunchy and nasty and everything in it. Yeah, it's great. I love this Frank Cho Invincible. I just love Frank Cho. Like, he knows how to draw him thick, buddy.
Yeah, he does. Even his work on Harley Quinn, man,
Yep.
he would make her thick, dude. Look at that Superman number 53, man.
That thing
That's
is beat up, dude.
beautiful.
I love it. I love seeing that thing all messy like that. First, Mephisto.
There you go. Yeah.
We're fine. Not too bad. That should be coming down, right? Nobody cares anymore.
No one cares.
Oh no, let's take a look.
Died out.
Let's see. I wonder, because that book was like everybody was like selling kidneys to get this at one point.
So we know that Mephisto is going to be part of Avengers Doomsday.
55 grand for a 9.8 in 2020. That's ridiculous.
There's a 9.8 that sold last year for 38,000.
Yeah.
That's right when the Ironheart show was coming out.
442 was a 500. At least that's the fair market value. Interesting. So we're going to see where these things go. And nobody cared about that book like 5 years ago. More Invincible. Oh, I own a page original art from 61. No, wait. Shit. Not from this one. It's whatever the one where, spoiler alert, where Adam Eve dies. I own the page where she dies. Weird Fantasy. That's always a great book.
Yep.
This David Nakayama, that Dr. Afra is really cute. That's cool.
That character just waiting for a TV appearance.
She is.
Just those.
The collectors are waiting. The collectors are definitely waiting, man. It's been forever, and there hasn't been a peep or a fart about this character.
But all her, I mean, her books always catch a good premium, especially her variants, man.
It's an interesting character. I mean, just an interesting character. Just once it's done, though, got to get on that wave while you can.
Yeah, you do. You do.
What else we got, Gabe?
I love those peanuts.
Here, like that first Peanuts.
Mm-hmm.
Love that cover, man.
That's not the first one.
No. Oh
no. It's just it's just a very collectible one. The first one's got Snoopy looking up at Charlie Brown.
2.0 for 2.0 for $300.
Yep.
2.0. Look at that, dude.
Is this the last issue of Mad before it becomes a magazine? I'm curious.
No, I don't think so.
No, because I didn't last too long as a comic book. Whatever. I don't want to fall down another rabbit hole. We've been on here enough.
I mean, didn't they go to magazine format during the whole comics code thing?
Exactly.
So that would have been 54, 55, 56 era.
Oh, this is the Invisible book I keep telling everybody about. This one's going to blow up. If they do, what happens in, I think it's 110, her Anissa's first appearance here is going to explode.
Wow.
What's that?
If you know, you know.
What's the Archie one on the left? The Pep Comics. Is that one of those innuendos? Covers? I can't read it.
I'm trying to. I'll click it up. Pull it up. I need to get that Invincible comic graded. It's one of the last ones I still have. Archie, am I paying you to kiss Veronica? No, sir. I do this free of charge.
So that's not an innuendo.
Not that bad. Not that bad.
That's not an innuendo.
No.
It's just an early rare Archie.
Yeah, it's Pep. These Pep books are, again, what is this?
Yeah,
50s,
it's just-
early 50s. Yeah, come
Yeah,
on.
early 50s.
Tony, man, Archie books. I don't know why they don't blow up more. Like that's one of
It's
the most
so early,
longest
yeah.
running characters of all time. Generational is Archie.
It's
that's
not
200
taken
bucks?
seriously because it's from the funny books, right? As they used to say, and it's just a character that's really not taken serious. But you see him all the crew in so many different books out there, right? They're doing like renditions of them. They're doing homages of them, So everybody knows, these characters, but they just never get a lot of love. They don't.
No.
They just never do.
Dude, for $280, I would definitely pick that up as a CGC 7. Like,
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
a good one.
I'm on that train every day.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Archie stuff started blowing up. You just the way collecting kind of progresses, and people kind of like the way like pre-code stuff nobody cared about, and it was very kind of just like nichey. And then all of a sudden, everybody were on it. The same way everybody was on like newsstands. All of a sudden, I think the spotlight is going to switch to something that nobody's aware of. Golden Age, and then boom, you got Archie. There's so much Archie stuff out there. It's a franchise. Just like Marty said, people might not read Archie comics, but everybody knows who the characters are. So,
Yep.
and with that, everybody, that's the end of what's shaking this week.
Oh man, awesome,
lost-
dude!
We lost Anissa, or not?
It was a nice couple hours hanging with you guys, man. Really,
Absolutely.
Yeah, 1 hour and 52 minutes. We are doing it. We lost Laura. She's got some house guests, so but she wasn't able to stick around. But Gabe, thanks for driving the ship.
Yeah,
I haven't done it yet. I might just crash this thing into an iceberg. But with that said, my recommendation, like Lord of Brooklyn, you got to get that Anissa book, man. If I'm waiting for that to happen, or what happens in the Invincible cartoon, I'm waiting for it. I didn't get that book graded. Anyways, again, thanks everybody for showing up. We're going to cut out of here. But before we do that, Chris, what kind of last words do you have today, sir?
Well, first of all, GSS Brooklyn, thank you so much for being our wrench. Did a lot of hard work in the chat for us, live chat. If you're on the rewind and you're watching, make sure you turn on the live chat feature. It's usually available the day after we go live because there's a lot of interaction with the chat. We have the best chat on YouTube, and I wholeheartedly believe that. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you are interested in Cover Price, you can get a free 1 week trial just by checking out the website Cover Price. And just so you know, if you type out Cover Price with an E, you'll still go to the Cover Price website. They have managed to obtain the domain, so congrats to Matt and John on that. But I'm happy to be here as always. Your humble Dr. Yo-Yo. Alex, thank you so much for the $10. And Awesome Sauce, if you're still listening, I hope you start feeling better.
And Marty, as always, sir, send us home, buddy.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like I said, hanging with you guys, everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for staying with us. And if you guys are out there watching us on the rewind, we appreciate that as well. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and hit that bell notification so you'll always be alerted whenever we go live, because Cover Price has so many different other shows that are out there. And so please join the family, subscribe to Cover Price. May the comic gods and the spirit of our friend and our brother TiVo continue to always bless your long boxes. Excelsior.
Have a happy holiday weekend, everyone.